Thanks for coming over to this Amodeus, and today's Dungeon & Champion video is all about must-build teams. So on the screen right now, you see my go-to must-build team for early game players. So I've gotten a lot of questions like, where should I start? What's the first champion? Should 6-star? Going through all this. I want to stop, take a breath. This is the team. This will get you from early game all the way to late game. Now, it won't get you into the in-game content like Outer Harbinger, but everything else before that, this is the team. These 5 champions are the first 5 champions that you should 6-star, in my personal opinion. And if you want to know in what direction that goes, it would be Rota, the Nature Valkyrie. Then I would recommend going with the Light Archangel, then Rona, then Xenia, and then finally Manus. That's the order I would go in, okay? And the reason that I think these 5 champions are part of a must-build team for everybody out there, early, mid, or late, is because they can do everything. For instance, no matter where you're at in progression, this team can benefit you. So when you're talking about can it do Elder Drake, absolutely. So if you're looking to accomplish and beat Elder Drake, this team will do it for you. If you're looking to work through the Demon Bull Kings, this team is great for you, right? If you're looking to work on Steel Widow, this team is great for you. Now, I know that sometimes because of the ritual summoning nature of the Light Archangel, that a lot of people are very reticent early game because it seems a little bit overwhelming. It's okay. Simplify. Look at the 3 stars that you have to get to build the 4 stars. Build those 3 stars, then summon those 4 stars. Build those 4 stars, then summon the 5-star Light Archangel, because the Light Archangel, for that little bit of investment of resources and time and energy, pays you dividends long into end game. Not late game, but end game, right? Because you'll use him in Outer Harbinger, right? So, I'll be honest, I think that he's probably... Well, no, I think hands down, I think he's the most important ritual summoning champion available to the DHC community right now. And if you accept that as making him free to play and accessible to everybody, then this entire team is accessible to everybody, which means that with this team, you can access every bit of content in the game. Now, will you be able to beat it all? Well, of course not, right? But you can access all of it from early to late game. Now, as you can see, this is not a pre-flight team, which means this is not a team that can beat the Elder Drake before it flies away. However, it does beat the Elder Drake. Let's sell that. That's an awful gear piece. But what I'm going to call out here is, of course, it'll do the Demon Bull Kings. And you know what? Sometimes we don't give enough attention to the Demon Bull Kings, right? This is the Golden Bull Demon King. But we don't give enough attention to it because obviously you have to do it in order to ascend your champions, to get the ascended buffs for your champions. You have to do it in order to complete your daily missions, which are critical if you want to really get access to all of the free gems available to players of DHC. This team can do it all. And despite the fact that it has elemental disadvantage, it's one of the few teams that by its synergy alone will be able to get you through all of the Demon Bull King raids, regardless of what element it is, right? Because this team can do them all. Now, there is an investment that happens on this team, right? With these particular champions from a gear perspective, a time perspective, a leveling perspective, a skill up perspective. Like, all of these champions need to be max skilled, have great gear, or not great gear, they need to have good gear. And then they need to be skilled up. And I'll tell you that I don't think anybody should have a problem with spending tutor puffs on the Light Archangel. But on this team, that's the only champion you would have to do that on. Now, I would love to have that discussion down in the comments if you don't agree with that, because I don't know of any other champion someone is using as often as they're most likely utilizing the Light Archangel on a day-to-day basis. But when we look at this team, the whole point is that I've chosen these 5 champions to carry me from early game, beating the primary goal of Elder Drake. I know, there's Rota on this team, and a lot of times we're very reticent to have Rota going into a fire raid, but I'm telling you, once you make the investment, get all the champions up to 6 stars, get them skilled up, get them ascended, and you start to put gear on them, it's going to work out incredibly well to have Rota on here because she's going to be tanky enough. The same thing goes for Xenia, and the same thing goes for Rona. And that's the great part about this team, is because long term, as you get better gear, you can upgrade this team. And it helps every aspect of this, because I wish I could show it to you, but I've already completed all 3 stages. This team will get you through Epic of Ultimate Blitz. And that's something that, I always think is a big deal, and we talk about this every, few months or so. And I thought it was really important because there's so many new players reaching out right now looking for guidance. And when I'm looking at their boxes, I'm seeing like all these awesome Nat 5s that aren't going to help them progress, right? And they've already made them 6 stars, and they've already started investing like tutor puffs and time and energy. And I just want to be like, oh man, that's going to be awesome for you in 6 months. But you can't get there unless you go and build Rota, right? You're not going to be able to get to this level unless you have Light Archangel. So I thought it was really important to kind of look at this team and be like, wow, this is a 1 minute, and it's not going to be 1 minute for everybody, right? Not starting off, but that's what I was talking about with this team being upgradable. As you get better gear, you can do more. And I think that it's really important with teams like this, with everything that's going on in the community right now, with people looking for different opportunities, to really kind of break that down. So get out of here, ad. So if you look at this team, I want to look at the builds real quick. This is something that I talk about, but I want to really drive home. Don't sleep on having crit rate on your DPS champions. Crit rate is so important. I see a whole bunch of folks build damage dealers that just don't have crit rate. Attack, crit damage, attack. Go accuracy and crit rate in the substats. And if you need to, in the gear, only use 1 adept piece on the shoulder, glove, or bracer, right? Just use 1 adept piece and use a broken piece somewhere else, right? This will give you the ability to spread out your depth across all your champions, right? So I'll be honest, like, that crit rate is super important. Making sure you have it on adept is super important. And then of course, get your accuracy up. But that's just for Rona. We have other champions. Like, let's peel back the curtain a little bit. Let's look at the Light Archangel. The Light Archangel is great because it follows what we just said. It uses 1 adept piece, which is HP. The other pieces are HP too, and then it uses a couple of 5-star HP, or a couple of 5-star gear pieces that are much more accessible and have HP in the substats, and that's all the Archangel really needs. So from a design, a build standpoint, it's very easy, very quickly, once you get access to Steel Widow, to get the Archangel geared up and caught up with the rest of the team, because most likely you're not going to be able to have them right off the bat in the very beginning unless you get super lucky with some pulls. Now, if you look at Xenia, you can go through the paths to glory and get Xenia, but once again, it's following that same strategy of just having 1 piece down here in the bracer, glove, and shoulder that's adept. That, once again, gives you the ability to put some less savory, less like great gear up here in the areas that it really doesn't hurt as much. And then you can put these crazy pieces that have HP over here in the other slots. Now, I will tell you, with progression, this is a great example. Xenia would normally be HP accessory, or accuracy rather, but because I'm able to get better gear, I have accuracy in the substats, and I was able to beef her up, make her tankier by putting defense on her bracer spot, which really, really helped out a lot. And the same thing goes for Rota, because that's exactly what I did with Rota. I would normally build her attack speed, crit damage, attack, but in order to make her tankier, I went ahead and kept defense on her glove. And that was a recommendation not from me, that was a community recommendation that really paid off and panned out, right? Now, the flip side of that is to make sure that I kept my kept my crit rate up, and my accuracy kind of up there a little bit. I really wish I could get my accuracy up to 50 with her though. But the big thing for me was to make sure I got crit rate up, so that even though she didn't have that crit damage piece, she was still doing more damage. Now, I have 2 of these bad boys built. And this is how I recommend building straight out of the bat. This is how I typically recommend building Monas. Once again, look at this. I'm only using 1 adept piece, so I'm able to spread my adept gear out across my other slots and my other champions. But this one is built attack, accuracy. And then attack and accuracy with some HP substats underneath there to make him a little bit tankier. But this allows him to land not only his debuffs, his ongoing damage, but also to apply heal and have it be a pretty nice heal, because his heal is based on his attack power. So very, very nice to have there right out in front. Plus his synergy trait skills good all the way through mid-game. So he's a great champion to have out there as a 6-star. Let's see, I think that's everybody, isn't it? Kind of went through everybody, right? Did I miss anyone? Rona, Manus. Let me see here. Light Archangel, Xenia, Rota. No, that's everybody. That's the must-build team for today. As always, thanks for watching the videos. Drop your questions, comments. If you have a must-build team down there below, let me know about it. As always, thanks for watching the videos. Have a great day. Bye.